join us so that he can read the eulogy for us. After Jimmy, as we had agreed in our debrief, we will have tributes. And those who are reading their tributes, they know themselves. We will be calling you after the eulogy. So, Jimmy.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is a eulogy of Leonard Mambo Mbotela, Dad, from childhood to manhood. Leonard Mambo Mbotela was born on 29th of May 1940 in Freetown, Mombasa. He was the firstborn son of the late Baba James Mbotela and the late Mama Ida Mbotela. He was the brother to the late George Mbotela, Monica Galiwango, Donald Mbotela, Betty Mbotela, the late Pauline Mbotela, Irene Kilimatinde, Nancy Mnene, Caroline Mbotela, Joy Juma, and the late Judy Gao. Leonard received his primary education at Freetown Primary School and proceeded to Kitui Intermediate School and later joined Kitui Secondary School. His high school education was kept under the close surveillance of his father, Babu James, who was a district education officer in Kitui at the time. His teachers then referred him to as Kijana wa DEO. In 1965, Leonard met and fell in love with Alice Mwekali, and on the 6th of June 1970, they got married at ACK St. Stephen's Church in Nairobi. They were blessed with 3 children, Ida, Jimmy, and George. Leonard and Alice welcomed into the family as daughters-in-law Anne and Joy, and were blessed with 5 grandchildren, Clinton, Essie, Lenny, Stevie, and Sheila, all who are dearly loved by their beloved Babu. He was a great-grandfather to Naila and Jana. To the family, he was dad, kaka, bro, uncle, and Babu. Humor was one of his superpowers, and he was generous with it, and he freely served it alongside his wide signature smile that had its trademark mwanya. No major family functions were complete without him, either being the MC or giving a speech. He added his own special flavor to every event, and he knew how to get the crowd rolling in laughter. My brother George, as I mentioned earlier, he was not able to come. He's in America, in Texas. He was not able to come, but I know wherever, where he is, he would love me as his brother because of not being here to read his tribute for him. That the person that you had for your job is unrivaled. Indeed, you are born to be a broadcaster. From the 1982 attempted coup to your sunset years, going through to the studio to record Jehu Nyungwana, the spirit of broadcasting was embroidered deep in you. You were very generous, and you hated to see people suffer. I recall the morning we had breakfast together, and a lady carrying a child on her back approached for help, and you gave her 200 shillings. The lady was so overwhelmed, eyes reddened, and she cried uncontrollably. She couldn't believe it. That was Dad. Rest with the angels, Dad. You have gone to a better place, a place of divine rest and joy. Thank you for everything. We will not only miss you, we love you. Amen. Pardon me, forgive me. I didn't finish reading the eulogy. Let me continue. Pardon me for that. Leonard's passion for radio goes back to when he was a child. He loved listening to what was the African Broadcasting Service thanks to his father's radio. He used to improvise with soda bottles and exercise books, turning them into microphones and conjuring up his own version of reading the news. Working in radio was a seed that was planted in him really young. In In 1963, Leonard secured a job with Nakuru Baraza newspapers as a liner type machine operator. He was then transferred to Nairobi, where he worked in the newsroom as a reporter. He loved sending salams and loved hearing his name on radio. His passion for radio was very strong, that he approached presenters that he admired and listened to and sold his idea. Salam za Vijana, this one-hour show was an idea he birthed himself and was very popular with the audience. He did this for free while still working for the Standard, and then opportunity came knocking at his door, and his dream became a reality. In 1964, he secured a job with the Voice of Kenya, VOK, and KBC as a presenter. Leonard was proof that dreams are valid. 2 years later, in 1966, Leonard gave the country the most popular and longest-running radio show, Je, Huu ni Ungwana? A catchphrase that is known to every Kenyan home. This radio staple was Leonard's way of using his own words to creating a nation anchored on moral values, a nation that attaches more significance to courtesy and morality than riches. Je, Huu ni Ungwana could be described as Sunday school for Kenyans. The program successfully transitioned from its radio format to TV, something which brought him much joy, as he also enjoyed being in front of camera. While at KBC, he was a presenter, newsreader, sports commentator, and editor. However, he was also a teacher, trainer, mentor, and leader for many who chose to pursue a career in radio. No one can deny that Leonard loved his job. He was MTANGAZAJI NAMBARI MOJA, and he became a trusted voice in every home. A milestone in his career that is remembered annually was when he announced the failed coup of 1982. He was never one to shy away from recounting the harrowing events of Sunday of August 1st, 1982. His renowned announcements have etched his name into the record books of Kenya's history. His eloquence, dedication, charisma, and delicate voice and mastery of the Kiswahili language did not go unnoticed, and he was seconded to work for the Presidential Press Service in 1984. By the time Leonard retired, he had been on air for 58 years. As a result of his stellar performance in journalism, Leonard earned presidential awards such as the Head of State Commendation, HSC, and Order of Grand Warrior, OCW. In 2009, the government recognized his contribution to the media by naming him a national hero. In 2022, this AFC Leopards and Arsenal Football Club fan was appointed a member of the National Heroes Council. In 2023, Leonard added another feather to his publishing his memoir, Je, Huu ni Ungwana, a publication that journeys through the various chapters of his life. Family. A publication, let me take that again. A publication that journeys through the various chapters of his life, family history that is traced back to Malawi, and his passion for his work. Indeed, Leonard was one of the few who were able to identify their passion and talent from an early age and get to enjoy a lifelong career from it, leaving an indelible footprint in the hearts of many along the way. The farewell. Leonard fell sick a while back and was in and out of hospital. However, on Thursday, 6th February, his condition deteriorated and he peacefully rested on Friday 7th at 9:30 at Nairobi South Hospital. Leonard was a people's person liked by many friends, workmates, neighbors, to mention but a few, mostly, of course, by his entire family and relatives. He was very loving and always keen to know the well-being of his larger family. Leonard was very passionate about music and had an electric memory and a wealth of knowledge, especially for the Congolese songs and Zilizopendwa genre. Leonard loved to sing and enjoyed entertaining crowds with his performances in various functions. He was always co-opted as a band member without the missing a beat, as if there had been a previous rehearsal. There are many TikTok videos of him singing away. Leonard was a true entertainer, a master of the mic. He wasn't just a son to his parents, a brother to his siblings, a husband to his wife, a shemeji to his in-laws, a father to his 3 kids, an uncle or babu. Leonard was very welcome guest in many homes, someone who numerous Kenyans called a friend. Leonard Mambo Mbotela was a man of Mungwana, and of course, who we as a family were honored and blessed to have shared him with the nation and country that he loved. Thank you, Leonard Mambo, for your generous service to all of us, and our airwaves will never be the same again. Rest well, Dad. Rest well, Kaka Leonard. Rest well, Babu. Rest well, Uncle. I think I'm going to reread the tribute of my brother George. I'm sorry about the eulogy. I think I got mixed up, but all is good. He was not able to come, still in America, but he's with us in spirit. Dad, the passion that you had for your job is unrivaled. Indeed, you were born a broadcaster. From the 1982 coup to your sunset years going to the studios to record Jehu Nyungwana, the spirit of broadcasting was embodied deep in you. You are very generous, and you had hated to see people suffer. I recall the morning we had breakfast together, and a lady carrying a child on her back approached you for help, and you gave her 200 shillings. The lady was so overwhelmed, her eyes reddened, and she cried uncontrollably. She couldn't believe it. That was Dad. Rest well with the angels, Dad. You have gone to a better place, a place of divine rest and joy. Thank you for everything. We will miss you. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. I'm going to ask Ma'am Alice, tafadhali njoo, because Anne is going to do a tribute on your behalf. Maybe Ida could join Ma'am. And as that happens, Mama is coming. The grandchildren, the tribute will be read by Clinton Karuko. I hope you're ready. Then there will be a tribute by Anne Mokua. That order.